Ladies and gentlemen, greetings from Dubai. At the very outset, I'd like to thank each one of you for giving me this opportunity to share some of my own experiences in the domain of international logistics and supply chain business. 33 years ago, when I joined this industry, even the word logistics was so alien to many. People would even speculate if I was actually in a proper assignment. What was known at that time was either shipping or transportation business. The whole trend related to global supply chain or multimodal logistics was a conceptual procreation many years later. Marrying procurement to supply chain was never conceived till then. What was originally an army-based concept has transformed over the years to many different connotations in many different ways, besides having technologically evolved over the years. What once took us over 2 full days, or maybe more sometimes, to finalize a bill of entry for customs filing, it is now filed perhaps in 5 minutes, or maybe even less, maybe 2. Ladies and gentlemen, let's now fast forward this whole story like a Bollywood movie, and let's talk about it 30 years down the line. 2023, that is this year. As I speak with you, virtually from my office, several thousand kilometers away from where you're all seated. This in itself is a huge metamorphosis. This sets the tone of what supply chain business has achieved over the years. They are, if I put it in a nutshell, reliance, efficiency, reliability, quality, compliance, security, and the security is also involved with data, skill, scale, and speed. Now let's wonder, how could all of this happen over the last 2 or 3 decades? The very simple answer is what we call today as artificial intelligence, alongside machine learning. Ladies and gentlemen, you have no idea how much of data actually exists in the world. It already exists. All we need to do is to use data as an asset and start using that. It has evolved on a technology tripod today. The tripod of big data, advanced analytics, and of course, automation, including robotics. There is one of the warehouses a few kilometers down the line here, which is one of the world's most advanced robotic-driven warehouse. And it does not take away jobs, ladies and gentlemen. What it does is that it makes people learn technology, improvise technology, imbibe technology. And that's the trend that we are seeing over time. Data, ladies and gentlemen, is actually our real asset. Data is an asset. And Any company which wishes to progress to the next level of evolution has to treat data as an absolutely well-guarded asset. If we go by the latest rankings of LPI, which is the Logistics Performance Index, UAE, where I live, is ranked as number 14 according to the 2022 LPI index analysis. My home country, India, has now promoted itself to rank number 42, as I gather. While our good friends in China, the People Republic of China, not the Hong Kong China, I'm talking about the People Republic of China, they are actually at it's 27 at the moment. Germans remain at the top slot, number 1, followed by Netherlands, Sweden, and Belgium. So what did they actually do so right, which the developing nations have not been able to do? Answer is perhaps with a simple trend of following the model of outsourcing. They have started outsourcing supply chain to the experts and focused on their core business. That's the big difference from the past. They encourage innovation through improvisation of technology. Investment towards ideas made them marry mind with money. And this is going to be the game changer, ladies and gentlemen. Over the last 4 years, we saw the unfortunate death and destruction of mankind through COVID. Then the war happened, which reopened our eyes to a reality called as supply chain. What was earlier a thankless back-end profession, not even worth joining for many MBA school graduates, I guess, is now occupying a pole position in the world. This could be a savior in many ways, even as a profession. At a juncture when thousands of people are being laid off from global organizations, the panacea to most of the problem could well be our very own supply chain business with its changing trends in the scope of digitalization across the whole world. Ladies and gentlemen, supply chain trends are on the top of the chart. They're reaching the top in terms of priority. Because whenever things move or they don't move, supply chain is relevant. It is no longer like that toothbrush we used earlier in the morning, whose name we do not even remember. Things have changed. Things have changed, and supply chain technology is now our teeth with which we can manage to eat and through which we shall hopefully survive in the times to come. My objective of today's conversation with you is to let you know that please, as users of supply chain, as service providers to supply chain, kindly come forward and give it the due credit, the due importance, because the trends have changed. The world has changed, but what has not changed is one thing, and that's called movement. Everything has to move. The show must go on, and if the show has to go on, supply chain will continue to be of paramount importance. I wish I could come and speak to you in person, hopefully another time, at a later date, we shall meet soon. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you.